Welcome back, everybody. Today we are doing a board game geek critique, which I've never really done anything like this before, but honestly, recently I've been pretty frustrated with the community that I've seen on Board Game Geek. Board Game Geek is something that honestly I've known about as long as I've known about Facebook or YouTube. Um, this is something that I used to go back and use back in the day because it's an awesome resource. So I'm not critiquing the resource by any means. I'm more of the people that, the way that people talk to each other on the platform. So I think everybody understands that Twitter or X or Facebook, a lot of those things, and Reddit, and even like League of Legends and how people interact on that, all those things are pretty toxic. But part of the reason that those things are so toxic is because I think that people don't have or don't think that they have as much in common as they maybe actually do. But on a place like Board Game Geek, where you are one of however many people that have decided that you love board games and that that's a central part of your life, you aren't just somebody who goes to Target and picks up a game. If you are one of those people, you probably don't know what this is. And I guess to just backtrack a little bit, Board Game Geek is a database that gives a ton of information about board games. You can talk about different games and different designers, and there's helpful lists to know what's popular, or you can buy some stuff on there. But it's like the main board game discussion area / information area. So it's a really helpful tool. But I used to ask some questions from time to time on Board Game Geek. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool way to engage with people that also really love board games. So I would say some stuff, and then I gave up on it after like 5 different times trying to talk to people because everybody would be so snarky or rude afterwards. I'd be like, look at this awesome game I played. And they're like, oh, it looks like you cheated on the rules in this area or whatever. And I'm like, man, this is... Like, I appreciate you helping me understand some little things here or whatever, but is it more important to correct people on very unimportant stuff than it is to share, like, I don't know, share in the experience or enjoy something? So that was my personal experience. So in the past, however long, maybe year, I haven't said anything on there. But I keep going back on, and then you can learn some information, some really cool stuff. So this one guy recently, one person recently, made this tool where you can take a really complicated game, download all the rule books, and then use AI in the FAQs, and you can use AI to look at all those resources, and then you can ask it a simple question like, can this unit move 1 spaces or 2 spaces this turn? If they already blah, blah, blah. And you can, instead of having to look up some really complicated information, you can just get a answer really, really quick, which is pretty awesome. So I looked at it and I was like, oh, I wonder if I could do this. So then I read some of the comments, and like the first 10 people to comment on this person's post were like, oh, yeah, actually, this isn't generative AI, this is assistive AI. And they like critiqued the way that he wrote some of the rules and some of the stuff. And nobody seemed to give this person any credit or any props for coming up with having a really good idea and then telling everybody else how to do it. So I'm just really disappointed. I feel like this is supposed to be a place for people to share their love of board games and to be like, hey, I just fought against this awesome boss or whatever, and these are the characters I use, and we won. Isn't this so cool? Here's a picture. It's something like that. But instead what it ends up being is everybody just picking on everybody else and I don't know, just not getting along. So I'm pretty disappointed, especially because I feel like there's so much common ground here. And honestly, that's why I started making these YouTube videos, is because for a while I felt like I was trying to connect with people through Board Game Geek, and that failed hardcore. And then I am not in college anymore, so I don't get to see my friends every day and interact that way. So I figured that YouTube was a great way to post videos, and if people enjoy them, that's great. But regardless, I enjoy making them, and I don't know, sharing my opinions and just having fun, and then hopefully staying positive. So I still love Board Game Geek. I'll keep using it, but man, I don't think I'm gonna pay attention to any of the forums because everybody just seems like a jerk. So I don't know. I guess that's my. I guess maybe this is a hot take, but that's been my perception. So